What's up guys, it's McMastodon. Welcome back to my TerraFirmaCraft test world for another in the series of videos where we take a quick look at one aspect of TerraFirmaCraft and see what it's all about. So let's get right to it. In this one we're going to take a look at storage. And the first place you can store things not in your inventory, player inventory, is the ground. What do I mean by the ground? Well, if you shift right click, certain items like tool molds and ingot molds, the ceramic jugs and ceramic vessels, you can place them on the ground and they kind of hover there. You can put 4 in a block. Works whether they're fired or unfired. These are not entities laying on the ground. They will not despawn. They will stay there permanently. And you can shift right click with an open hand to get them back. Or you can break them like breaking a block with your hand and they will all pop off at once. Logs go into a log pile. Ingots go into an ingot pile. Same thing, you shift right click to place them down. But in this case, you just right click on them and they'll pop off. And you kind of have to go get them. With the log pile, shift right click to place it down. And if you shift right click on a log pile, it will place another log pile. But if you just right click, you can fill the log pile. If you click on the log pile without a log, it will open up the GUI of the log pile. You can place and remove logs just like any inventory. With a full log pile, this one is full, you can shift right click on it on the top of it. Sorry, there we go. And you can place another log pile on top. And it works just the same as the other log pile. Log piles can hold multiple types of wood, but only one type of wood per slot. Next up are the ceramic vessels, 2 different kinds, small and large. And the small ones I've already shown, they can be placed on the ground. They can also be placed in other inventories, including the large vessels. The large vessels have solid storage and liquid storage. With the liquid, you can put things like water. You can make alcohol. I'm not going to go too far into that because we're going to focus on storage in this episode. But with the solid storage, you can place other items, including small ceramic vessels. You can place molds. You can't place barrels, large things like that, things that contain things that are heavy or large. So that includes tools. Logs and ingots don't go in here. But I can place the smaller items, like rocks. Same goes for the small ceramic vessels. You can place up to a half of a stack or up to 80 ounces of food. You can't place a full stack of food into here, so you have to cut it in half first. But the advantage of the small ceramic vessel is that when you place your food in here, it decays at a much slower rate. So it's the ideal place to store food. I just want to give you an idea of how to make these. So you have to have at least 5 clay. And you right click to open up your knapping. For the small, you just pop out the corners and you got it. For the large, it's more like a vessel kind of shape. You just leave the outside with the top open and there it is. And then of course you have to fire it in a pit kiln. The large vessel takes its own pit kiln. The small you can place in with up to 4 things. Okay, next up are barrels, and they come in all different types of wood. Here's just a select few that I'm showing as an example. These work almost the same as the large vessels, but they hold a lot more. So they hold, in terms of liquid, they hold up to 10 buckets, whereas the large vessels hold up to 5 buckets, which is half the size. The large vessel for solid storage has 9 inventory slots. A barrel has 12. And in terms of solid storage, it's the same kind of thing. You can't fit the heaviest items. You can't put tools in. You can put full stacks. Even though these are heavy medium and the tool is medium, there's restrictions on what goes into where. You can put small ceramic vessels into large barrels. You can put support beams, rocks, clay, lumber, that kind of thing. But again, logs and ingots don't go into other inventories. They have to be placed on the ground. and some of the heaviest items won't go in here. You just right click with a bucket to place liquids in and out. You can only hold one type of liquid at a time, but it can make things like alcohol, vinegar. You can brine, you can pickle food in there. I'm not going to go into detail on what you can do in barrels and in the vessels. There's a really good series of videos by someone called Memeperable, I think is how you say it. He's doing some TerraFirmaCraft videos. I'm going to link to those in the description. They're really good. For more on barrels, you should check out his series. Once you've placed things in a barrel or a large vessel, you can't just pick it up and carry it. If you try to break it, everything's going to pop out. So what you have to do is you have to seal it. Then if you break it, even with your hand, it'll pop off. But it'll maintain all its contents, and you can pick it up. But now I can't walk. It says I'm overburdened, because that's a lot of heavy inventory, and TFC restricts what you can carry around all the time. So what you have to do is you have to place it on your back, and I already had one there, but this is the one I just picked up, and you just place it here on your back. And I'm carrying the other one as well, so I will put that one down. And you can carry one at a time, but I'm walking around with this. So you can fill this with a whole ton of stuff and put it on your back, but you can only carry one at a time. And if you want to place it, you have to take it off your back, and then you're stuck wherever you are, so make sure you take it off where you know you're going to place it. And you can unseal it, and you can get all your items. Same is true whether it has liquid or solid, and whether it's a barrel or a large vessel. If it's raining and you have an open barrel or an open large vessel that do not already have items or another liquid inside, it will fill with fresh water. That's big. So once you have a bucket's worth in there, you can then pull out a bucket. You can pull out drinking water from a water jug. If you right click on it, it'll show you how much is in there, and you can see it's filling. But if it already has like items inside, let me empty it and put something inside here. It's not going to fill with water, obviously. To make a barrel, you need to be in the metal age. You need to be able to make lumber with a saw. And it's just a pattern like this. You get a barrel out of whatever type of wood you're making. Which brings us to chests. Same deal. You have to have lumber. And you can make a chest just like vanilla, but with lumber. Same as with barrels, there's a type of chest for every type of wood, and they will place next to each other, much like chests and trap chests in vanilla do. But you can't place another double chest of the same type of wood next to it. I can't place this here because it's the same type of wood as this chest. And you can make double chests. A slight warning though, there appears to be a bug where sometimes if you don't place this chest by shift right clicking on the chest that you want to make double, but you shift right click on, I guess, another chest, you will get two single size chests next to each other, and if you try to open one of them, it will crash the game. So I would say don't do that and make your double chest that way by right clicking on the chest. Chest's inventory is 18 for a single chest and double that, 36 for a double chest. And much like the barrels and such, you can put small ceramic vessels full of stuff in there. The large vessels and barrels that are full of things will not go in there. You can put small items, tiny items, light items in there, but you can't put the largest stuff. You can't put tool racks, tools, logs, things like that, things that have another place. Essentially anything that has another more appropriate storage will not go into a chest. There is one exception, however, and that is armor. The various types of armor do go in chests. I think that's because they disabled armor stands for a while and just haven't enabled banning, I guess, armor from chests. Which of course brings us to the armor stand and the tool rack. These work exactly as you'd expect. Right click to place. Right click again to pop it off with an open hand. Same with the tool racks. Again, a different type for each type of wood. So you can color coordinate it with your walls if you like. Right click to place. Right click with an open hand to take it back off again. Tool racks hold 4 tools per rack. And that about does it, guys. These are your options for storing. You have your tool racks, your armor stands for your armor and your tools. And sometimes things are a little buggy. That disappeared. So be careful. That's all I can say about that. You have your piles, your log piles, your ingot piles. You have placing your small ceramic, your molds on the ground. You have your large ceramics, barrels for liquids and solids, and your chests for large-scale solid storage. Work just like vanilla. And that does it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please click the like button. I really appreciate it. And I will keep doing these. So join me in the next one. But until then, I'm McMastodon. This is TerraFirmaCraft. These are all the storage options. And I'm out. But if it already has items inside, it's not going to fill with water, obviously.